Dark Souls 3, the fourth iteration in the Souls franchise. We've had a fantastic Demon's Souls, Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, and now it's time to take a good look at Dark Souls 3 and whether it's worth dying over and over for. Story. The story is set in the Kingdom of Lothric, where an undead warrior called the Ashen One is tasked to prevent an upcoming apocalypse caused by an ongoing conflict between light and dark. To prevent disaster from happening, the Ashen One has to slay 4 out of the 5 Lords of Cinder, previous heroes who have linked the First Flame for many eons and in turn have gone insane from the suffering brought about by the pain of endless burning. Graphics. The graphics in Dark Souls 3 are fairly reminiscent of Dark Souls 1 and even Demon's Souls, yet it's apparent that FromSoftware, the developer of the Souls series, has stepped up a notch, providing us with even better, more detailed and clearer graphics than ever before. Unlike its direct predecessor, Dark Souls 3 lacks a great variety of color in its graphics, instead providing us with colors that perfectly match the hopeless and dangerous theme FromSoftware has set out for us. The attention to detail is really noteworthy, with an incredible emphasis on armor and general level design. Everything looks convincing and realistic, such as the weapons or the armor sets. FromSoftware has outdone themselves, creating a world bright with age that shows environments rotten down to the core with forgotten castles, landscapes, forests and swamps alike. Nothing beats witnessing grand abandoned cathedrals, tombs and castles as such portrayed within the franchise. Classes. Dark Souls 3 features 10 starting classes. Each of those classes start out with different starting equipment, weapons and spells. However, the way the class system is set up allows for a great deal of customization when actually playing through the game, giving you the freedom to build your character to your specific tastes. Whether it's an armor-clad knight satisfied with nothing less than a heavy great shield with a hefty axe, or an elegant sorcerer wearing light robes and using heavy sorceries. Why even specialize when you can just as easily create a jack-of-all-trades character, granting the use of sorceries, pyromancies, and even miracles alike? Gameplay. As many of you probably know by now, Dark Souls is a game that is intent on killing you in more ways than you can bear. It's a game filled with challenges and replaying segments over and over to overcome said challenges. It's a game that tests your perseverance and willpower to continue and fight on, facing oftentimes unimaginable encounters bordering on hopelessness. You will gain souls for each slain enemy that count as both a currency for trade and experience to level up. You will gain souls and you will just as quickly lose them when you die. If you die, you return to the last bonfire checkpoint you rested at without any souls. The souls you painstakingly gathered are at the spot you died at, granting you an opportunity to regain lost souls and progress. However, if you die again before reaching the souls, you will lose them forever. Because of this reason, there's always a risk of losing severe progress, and only by returning to the Firelink Shrine hub area, where you can level up, buy items and interact with NPCs, will you feel a sense of safety. As mentioned before, Dark Souls is a game that's incredibly challenging, a tribute to the games of old, and therefore it's important to mention this game is probably not for everybody. It's unforgiving and hostile. Enemies are relentless in their attack, bosses are intimidating and lethal, and finally even the environment can be a challenge to overcome. Yet all this combined creates a game that's both intimidating and captivating to brave, and nothing short of fascinating to explore. The sense of achievement when finally overcoming a hard challenge is simply unmatched and keeps you hungering for more. Dark Souls 3 is packed with armor and weapons, creating a ton of diversity in whichever way you wish to approach combat. Almost all weapons utilize different and unique movesets, both wielded one-handed or two-handed. All items in the game also possess a good amount of lore, granting you some insight into the universe of the game. Combat itself is without a doubt the bread and butter of this game, and it's refined to excellence in Dark Souls 3. Remarkably well done hitboxes and brutal impact from weapons. The enemies in this game are extremely varied, visceral and capable. They fight without restrictions and can get you into trouble really quickly, either by overwhelming you or by capitalizing on your mistakes. But they are never unfair. most deaths are caused by the own player's mistakes, misjudging a situation, or biting off more than they can chew. The combat system in Dark Souls 3 grants players the opportunity to constantly improve their game, and it's this growth in player skill that keeps people coming back for more to practice and improve their play. Of course, at the end of most areas there's a fearsome boss waiting to settle the score with you, and they all contain unique and creative combat mechanics, making them equally fearsome and enjoyable to fight. And finally, the game features many items scattered literally anywhere without seemingly any rhyme or reason. Some items can only be obtained when nearing the end of the game, mostly to be used in a New Game Plus. Many items, locations, NPCs and even bosses are hidden as well, some even behind illusionary fake walls, encouraging the player to explore every nook and cranny. Overall score: fantastic graphics. The graphics are simply stunning and highly detailed. It is a visual delight walking through the many levels designed by FromSoftware. Creative level design. The level design in this game is unique. Many different areas, all designed with a noticeable passion and extremely fitting with the general theme of the game. Engaging combat. Combat is exciting, tense and sometimes scary at the same time. Great controls and responsiveness ensure the game's combat will never grow stale. Item and build diversity. So many items and playstyles create fantastic longevity, always something new to find and try around every corner and behind most illusionary fake walls. Impressive bosses. Each boss fight feels unique and intimidating, granting a sense of accomplishment when defeated. Great music. The music is well composed and incredibly atmospheric. Walkthrough reliant. Too many things can be missed when going through the game unaided with a walkthrough or online help. Closing words. Dark Souls 3 is, much like its predecessors, incredibly unforgiving but addicting at the same time. It relentlessly punishes you for mistakes, both big and small, yet the lure of adventure and treasure remains a constant source of motivation to continue fighting and exploring. Since most of my game time has been spent on offline mode for increased immersion and no spoilers, I have not yet taken the time to fully delve into the online aspect of this game and might provide an extensive review about the online portion of Dark Souls at a later date. Is it worth it? I put in close to 70 hours in this game for the purpose of this review, and I'm not even close to being done with the game. The amount of possibilities each playthrough offers is very high and as such easily justifies the price. In my opinion, this is the absolute best iteration in the franchise and should simply not be missed. It is the definitive Souls experience, and therefore, this game is most certainly worth buying. My name is SirDutchie, thanks for watching, and I wish you, as usual, a fantastic day.